Mr. Amit Barve. Mr. Amit Barve is a veteran leader in the Indian solar sector. He is heading currently the solar business unit of Panasonic Life Solutions India. He has been responsible for the introduction of range of new products, managing the EPC and O&M portfolio at Panasonic Life Solutions India. With over 18 years of rich experience in various business functions, sector and segments of solar energy, other industries, he is a turnaround specialist helping organizations achieve profitable and sustainable growth. Today, Mr. Amit will talk about the global solar market outlook. So delegates, let's welcome Mr. Amit Barve.
So as you can see, this is the figures what we have seen. IEA in 2020 declared that solar is the new king of the electricity markets, and that's very well said, because today the addition what is happening in solar in the overall energy market, solar is taking the majority cake or majority share of the addition that is happening. You can see the figures of 138 gigawatt which got installed in the year 2019. These are 1 year old figure because the 21 figures are not yet been confirmed. Solar took almost like 39% market share, which is almost like 138 gigawatt got installed worldwide. Followed by that, wind did almost like 114 gigawatt, standing second of 33%. Followed by that, gas as well as hydro and all other renewable energies. The interesting thing what we would have already been seen, and a couple of you already been aware, that the coal addition is gone down significantly. In fact, many of the PEs as well as bankers as well as financiers are not even touching the coal any further actually. And that is what has been seen is the massive transition which is happening from the conventional sources towards the renewable sources. The major factors why the solar is going gung-ho is the net zero goals which corporates as well as countries are taking. Post COP26, almost every corporate is now looking forward to taking a carbon neutral goals. The faster deployment, in fact, as I said, 138 gigawatt has already been installed, and this growth rate of CAGR is going to continue. This deployment of solar in a bigger way is also helping to reduce the cost. And today, solar stands at the lowest levelized cost of electricity generating source. And that's one of the reasons why it is one of the most favored source of installation. The initial estimate for FY21, or I would say calendar year 21, is 160 gigawatt worldwide. And for India, it stands almost like at 11.1 gigawatt, out of which majority share has been taken by utility, which is the large scale projects which are getting installed on the ground mount system, while the distributed is taking something around 1.7 gigawatt, which is also substantial growth than what we have seen it in the past years. If you see the fastest growing countries worldwide, as far as the solar markets are concerned, China leads the top, followed by that USA, Japan, Germany. In spite of being such a small countries like Japan and Germany, their installed base is currently bigger than India. But going forward, I'm sure in next 4 to 5 years, we are going to take over most of the countries in the installed base, except probably for China as well as USA, who will still stand tall in number 1 and number 2 position. But the shining thing is that if you see the overall perspective of the growth rate of the markets are concerned, India is going to score high. The CAGR from 21 to 25 is almost at 24%, which means the highest installation in terms of compounded annual growth rate is going to be India. Most of these countries that you can see top 10 are also politically conducive, including India, where the government of India is pushing hard to see that the share of the renewable goes up, especially solar goes up. You can also see the market attractiveness index, which is done by EY every year, called as a renewable energy commission attractive index. The 57th index actually shows that India stands top amongst the top 3 for the overall renewable is concerned. As far as solar is concerned, it tops the number 1. That is the most attractive market as far as the destination for solar is concerned. This has been the consistent story in India. In fact, from the National Solar Mission, where the initiation happened with few megawatts actually the markets have gone to a few gigawatts, and on an average, as what Nitish mentioned earlier, it is hovering anything between 8 to 10 gigawatt, or maybe going forward to 11 to 12 gigawatt is what is expected. And this growth story we anticipate will continue going forward to 22, 23, 24, leading up to 13.4 gigawatt of installation in India. We have a highly ambitious market goal of reaching to 300 gigawatt up to 2030. The main reason why this installation is going up is again the lowest tariffs what we are getting. A lot of involvement from the government and regulator in terms of enabling the network, like establishing of GTAM network, establishing of ISTS lines for creating a corridor for the evacuation of the green energy. Having said that, there are many good points, but there are also a lot of concerns, and many of us have already been seen. Couple of PPAs getting challenged, state governments are filing the cases, things are getting to the court. Luckily, as of now, none of the court decisions have gone against the signed PPAs, and that actually puts a good amount of confidence for the investor. But the sheer states going back to the court or going back onto the PPAs is not a good thing, which we can see. Manufacturing is still, I would say, a developing area. It used to be weak, but with the new PLI scheme coming up, I would say that many more manufacturers will come up, and we will come up to the level where the local manufacturing will be able to support such ambitious goals of installing solar. Unlike all the developed solar markets worldwide, the distributed solar is something which is lacking in India. Our development started with the utility scale, while rest of the markets worldwide have started with the distributed and then hopped on to the utility, which is the other way around, so that the residential customers, small installations were leading the pack, and still they substitute or they constitute to the largest portion of the installed base in most of the developed countries for the solar markets, while we have taken it the other way around, that we have gone with the utility, and still the rooftop is actually lagging, which we definitely need to cope it up and speed it up further. Last but not least, what I will talk about what's shining in solar. I think so on technology roadmap, wafers are changing. Today, mono-PERC or mono is actually taken over as a monopoly role. Almost, I would say 80 or 90% of the installations which are happening in solar are on the mono-PERC technology. N-type substrates are again making the inroads, basically promoting heterojunction, TOPCon cells, or IBC cells are taking the precedence, and currently they have a 10% market share, but I'm sure the market share will keep improving. The cell sizes, which used to be dominantly 156 mm and which went up to 158, have changed suddenly, and today what we see from 166, it has gone up to 182 and 210 mm. So the size of the cells and size of the wafers have gone up in a significant way, and M10 or G12 category of the wafers is going to dominate the future. That is already seen in Indian market. Worldwide, this adoption has already changed. In the cell size, PERC is the workhorse right now with the 24% potential of efficiency on the highest side. Today, most of the installations are happening on mono PERC. TOPCon, as I said, is the next contender with theoretical possibility of efficiency going up even further. And tandem junction, which used to be in past a very popular technology but expensive technology, is again making a comeback in terms of combining two technologies of mono PERC as well as amorphous silicon to give a higher efficiencies than what is available currently. This is the way the landscape is changing. On the inverter side, which is the second largest component as far as the solar system is concerned, string inverters are becoming larger and larger. It has gone up to the level of even more than 200 kilowatt is the single string inverter, which is getting utilized in the utility scale projects. Storage is getting momentum, and I'm sure we will see a lot of projects getting installed in India on storage. Land being a problem for photovoltaic systems, agrivoltaic is actually catching up, where agriculture as well as a solar photovoltaic plant can be clubbed together, and both of them can coexist rather than taking away the land from the aggregated land. And last but not least, on the module side, bifaciality is the norm now. All the utility projects are going with the bifaciality so that you are able to improve the yield in the given area. Multi-bus bar is the phenomena where you actually create a bus bars to have more bus bars to collect the current from the cells. So even if smaller portion of the cells is not conductive or have gone bad, the entire cell doesn't stop functioning. The gap between the cells is reducing to improve onto the footprint. Half-cut cells, which we have seen, is currently dominating the market. So sizing of the cells will continue. Today it is up to the half. In future, probably we'll see 1/3 or even going up to the 1/4. And to improve the efficiency, even the ribbons are getting reflective, so that almost everything that gets incident as a light onto the module is utilized for converting it into energy. So every possibility is getting utilized to see that the module efficiency keeps improving. So these are some of the new trends going forward we will be seeing in the solar sector in terms of technology. And as I mentioned about the markets, it's already been going in a big way. That's all from my side, Megha. Thank you for this time. And I'm sure there will be questions which I'll be glad to take it up later when it comes to the question answer sessions.